Tonight is the night we shine some light on the 2025 Oscars, where Hollywood gathers to celebrate itself, actors pretend to be shocked they won, and someone definitely gets political. Plus, did the host bomb, or was it art? Tune in for highlights, snubs, and inevitable Twitter outrage.
Thanks, Dolly. I'll take it from here. Hollywood's biggest night. Overpriced outfits, forced smiles, and the annual game of who wore it best or worst. Let's dive in.
Well, here we go. In a shocking twist no one saw coming. Except literally everyone, the 2025 Oscars once again delivered a night of glitz, glamour, and just enough controversy to keep Twitter awake. From acceptance speeches longer than a Christopher Nolan runtime to an onstage mishap that will live in meme infamy, Hollywood's biggest night had it all. Good evening. I'm Dalai Lama.
Was it a celebration of cinema, or just a really expensive way to remind us that actors have opinions? Let's dive into the highlights, the snubs, and of course, the one moment that made us all collectively cringe. Hi, I'm Monica Boulevard. Give us some acuity, Dolly. So take a chair and let's begin. The 97th Academy Awards, held on March 2, 2025, were filled with memorable moments that captivated audiences worldwide. Here are some of the most unforgettable highlights from the evening. 1. Adrien Brody's record-breaking acceptance speech. Adrien Brody won Best Actor for his role in The Brutalist, and delivered an acceptance speech lasting 5 minutes and 40 seconds, surpassing the previous record held by Greer Garson in 1943. Despite attempts by the orchestra to cue him off, Brody continued, reflecting on his career and the film's themes. 2. Anora sweeps major awards. The independent film Anora emerged as the night's big winner, securing 5 Oscars, including Best Picture, Best Director for Sean Baker, and Best Actress for Mikey Madison. Baker made history by tying Walt Disney's record for the most wins in a single night. 3. Mikey Madison's surprise Best Actress win. In a surprising turn, Mikey Madison clinched the Best Actress award for her performance in Anora, surpassing veteran actress Demi Moore, who was favored to win for The Substance. Madison expressed her disbelief and gratitude during her acceptance speech, highlighting the surreal nature of her victory. 4. Zoe Saldana's historic win and heartfelt moment. Zoe Saldana became the first woman of Dominican descent to win an Oscar, earning Best Supporting Actress for her role in Emilia Perez. After her emotional acceptance speech, she FaceTimed her 3 sons to share the joyous news, creating a touching moment that resonated with viewers. 5. Conan O'Brien's memorable hosting debut. Making his Oscars hosting debut, Conan O'Brien delivered a performance that blended sharp wit with unexpected musical numbers. His unique style and commitment to the role left a lasting impression, with many praising his ability to balance humor and reverence for the occasion. 6. Paul Tazewell's groundbreaking achievement. Paul Tazewell made history by becoming the first Black man to win the Oscar for Best Costume Design for his work on Wicked. His achievement was celebrated as a significant step toward greater diversity and recognition in the industry. 7. International recognition for I'm Still Here. Brazilian film I'm Still Here won Best International Feature, marking the first time a Brazilian movie received this honor. The film's success highlighted the Academy's growing appreciation for diverse storytelling from around the globe. Red carpet, and we're so thankful for Ozempic for bringing out the least of the best of so many.
The musical performances were a mixed bag. Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande's medley of Wicked songs was so good it defied gravity, literally, thanks to some questionable wirework. Queen Latifah's tribute to Quincy Jones was a showstopper, but Elton John's duet with Chappell Roan on Pink Pony Club left everyone scratching their heads. And let's not forget the Hulu streaming debacle. Viewers were treated to the message, "This live event has now ended," just as the Best Picture award was announced. Twitter exploded, and Disney issued an apology, but the damage was done. Somewhere, Netflix executives were cackling. Before we highlight some of the most notable walks, legs, and fashions on the red carpet, I would like to make note for our viewers a bit of who makes who's who in their wear. The Oscars 2025 red carpet, a battle of the fashion titans. As the world gears up for the 2025 Academy Awards, a more cutthroat competition is brewing not for Best Picture, but for Best Dressed. Fashion designers are sharpening their shears, injecting Botox into their brand strategies, and strategically placing sequins with the precision of a NASA engineer. The red carpet is no longer just a showcase of glamour. It's a battlefield where brands wage war for celebrity allegiance, social media dominance, and most importantly, revenue streams thicker than a Kardashian contour. The high earners, couture's financial gladiators. At the top of the heap is Valentino, whose flowy, ethereal gowns guarantee at least 5 dramatic slow-motion entrances per Oscars ceremony. With price tags soaring higher than the egos in the Dolby Theater, each custom gown generates millions in exposure, influencer reposts, and subsequent red carpet knockoffs for the masses. Meanwhile, Chanel continues to dress A-listers with an effortless, I'm dripping in old money aesthetic, ensuring its gowns are seen, envied, and ultimately immortalized in memes comparing them to expensive throw pillows. Gucci, fresh off its latest avant-garde experiment, possibly involving a dress with built-in neon lighting, strategically places itself on the backs of the most daring attendees. And let's not forget Versace, whose gowns are guaranteed to feature at least one daring thigh-high slit, ensuring both scandalized gasps and peak red carpet virality. The strategy: celebrity endorsement, drama, and a touch of bribery. The real game is not just designing, but securing the biggest stars. Designers pull out all the stops lavish pre-Oscars gifts, handwritten letters, and, if necessary, subtle threats disguised as friendly persuasion. In the ultimate flex, Louis Vuitton might send a private jet filled with sample gowns and an in-house tailor to ensure Zendaya doesn't even consider looking elsewhere. And then, of course, there's the well-timed controversy. A deliberately shocking look. Perhaps Balenciaga dressing Timothée Chalamet in a velvet toga or a Margot Robbie gown made entirely of AI-generated fabric ensures all eyes are on them. Whether it's for praise or ridicule doesn't matter. It's all about trending. The bottom line: money, power, and meticulously placed rhinestones. By the time the night is over, millions of dollars in fashion investments will have paid off. Instagram feeds will be flooded with close-ups of Swarovski-encrusted bodices, stylists will collapse from exhaustion, and designers will sip their overpriced martinis, already plotting their domination of next year's red carpet. Because in the world of Oscars fashion, there are no participation trophies, only the sweet victory of being the most talked-about designer at the after-party.
Thank you for that insight, Dolly. Now the 2025 Oscars red carpet, which is most indeed a parade of fashion fantasies and fiascos. Ah, the Oscars, a night where Hollywood's finest gather to celebrate cinematic achievements and, more importantly, to outshine each other in a sartorial spectacle that leaves us mere mortals oscillating between awe and utter confusion. The 2025 Oscars red carpet was no exception, serving a smorgasbord of styles that ranged from the sublime to the did they get dressed in the dark. Let's embark on this snark-filled journey through the most memorable fashion moments of the evening. Ariana Grande, defying gravity and fashion norms. Ariana Grande floated onto the red carpet in a gown that seemed to defy both gravity and conventional design. The dress featured layers of tulle that spiraled around her like a whimsical tornado, making one wonder if she was auditioning for a live-action Wizard of Oz remake. Paired with her signature high ponytail, which now appeared to have its own zip code, Grande's ensemble was a delightful blend of fairy tale and fever dream. Cynthia Erivo, avant-garde extravaganza. Cynthia Erivo graced the event in an extravagant, avant-garde custom look by Louis Vuitton. Her outfit featured bold silhouettes and intricate detailing, solidifying her status as a fashion trailblazer. abcnews.go.com. Bowen Yang, a lesson in understated elegance. Comedian Bowen Yang arrived in a classic black tuxedo that was the epitome of understated elegance. While some might call it safe, others would argue that in a sea of peacocks, sometimes it's refreshing to see a well-dressed penguin. VanityFair.com. Julianne Hough. Red velvet realness. Julianne Hough stepped onto the red carpet in a red velvet gown that looked suspiciously like it had been repurposed from a set of opulent theater curtains. The rich fabric and daring neckline screamed old Hollywood glamour, while the excessive train whispered, "I dare you to step on me." Instantly.com. Amelia di Moldenberg. Channeling the silver screen. Amelia di Moldenberg dazzled in a silver gown that shimmered under the flashing lights, making her look like a glamorous disco ball. The structured bodice and flowing skirt struck a balance between modern chic and classic elegance, proving that sometimes, all that glitters is actually silver. VanityFair.com. Zuri Hall. A symphony in sequins. Zuri Hall lit up the red carpet in a sequined ensemble that could probably be seen from space. The form-fitting design and plunging neckline added a touch of sultriness, while the reflective material ensured that she was the brightest star in any room or galaxy. VanityFair.com. Storm Reid. Caped Crusader chic. Storm Reid made a dramatic entrance in a gown featuring a flowing cape, giving off major superhero vibes. The bold color and sleek design showcased her youthful energy and willingness to take fashion risks, even if it meant potentially tripping over her own ensemble. VanityFair.com. Yvonne Orji. Sparkling in silver. Yvonne Orji shined in a silver gown that hugged her figure perfectly. The intricate beadwork and elegant silhouette highlighted her impeccable taste, making her one of the evening's best dressed. No sarcasm needed. VanityFair.com. Kelty Knight. A floral fantasy. Kelty Knight embraced a romantic aesthetic with a floral gown that seemed to have sprung directly from a fairy tale. The delicate embroidery and soft pastel hues created a look that was both ethereal and enchanting, even if it did resemble an upscale garden party. VanityFair.com. Conclusion. Fashion's final frontier. The 2025 Oscars red carpet was a testament to the ever-evolving landscape of celebrity fashion, where boundaries are pushed, and sometimes good taste is shoved off a cliff. From gravity-defying gowns to classic tuxedos, the night offered a little something for everyone. Whether that something was inspiration or indigestion is up for debate. Here's to another year of fabulous fashion and the delightful absurdity that comes with it.
Sure thing, Monica. The Oscars have had their fair share of glitz, glamour, and absolutely outrageous moments. Here's a satirical and funny take on 31 of the most ridiculous things that have ever happened at the Academy Awards, both real and imagined. 1. The first Oscars were so exclusive, they were basically a mafia meeting, 1929. With only 270 people in attendance, it was less of an award show and more of a fancy dinner where rich people handed each other gold statues. Attendees probably spent more time figuring out which fork to use than worrying about their acceptance speeches. 2. Marlon Brando sends a fake date instead of himself, 1973. Not only did Brando refuse to accept his Best Actor Oscar for The Godfather, but he sent Sachin Littlefeather, an activist, to reject it on his behalf. Somewhere, Al Pacino was fuming, mostly because he wasn't even nominated. 3. David Niven meets a streaker, 1974. Just as David Niven was about to introduce Elizabeth Taylor, a naked man ran across the stage. Niven, ever the British gentleman, casually remarked that the man's only laughable achievement was showing off his shortcomings. Shakespeare couldn't have written a better roast. 4. The infamous Adele Dazeem moment, 2014. John Travolta, tasked with introducing Idina Menzel, instead summoned a completely new entity, Adele Dazeem. Somewhere in Hollywood, a talent agent frantically started looking for an actual Adele Dazeem. 5. The Best Picture Mix-Up, 2017. In what might be the biggest Oscars blunder ever, La La Land was mistakenly announced as Best Picture instead of Moonlight. A classic case of you had one job. Warren Beatty looked like he was trapped in a slow-motion nightmare, while the Moonlight cast tried to process that they had just won an Oscar for real. 6. Roberto Benigni becomes Spider-Man, 1999. After winning Best Foreign Language Film, Benigni went full acrobat and started climbing over chairs like an excited toddler who just found out about sugar. Tom Cruise must have been taking notes. 7. Angelina Jolie's awkward kiss with her brother, 2000. Angelina won an Oscar, then promptly made things uncomfortable by planting a way too passionate kiss on her brother. Somewhere in the audience, Jamie and Cersei Lannister nodded in approval. 8. Seth MacFarlane's We Saw Your Boobs musical number, 2013. Because nothing screams prestige like a song listing actresses who have done nude scenes. The reaction in the audience ranged from laughter to, "I'm calling HR." 9. Björk lays an egg on the red carpet, 2001. Björk arrived in her infamous swan dress and casually laid an egg on the red carpet. Performance art? Fashion statement? A lost Jurassic Park subplot? We may never know. 10. Will Smith slap heard round the world, 2022. Chris Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, and Will Smith responded by slapping him into another timeline. The Academy panicked, Twitter exploded, and memes were born at the speed of light. 11. James Franco and Anne Hathaway host like they just met, 2011. Anne Hathaway was doing musical numbers. James Franco looked like he had just woken up from a nap. It was like watching a high school play where one kid actually studied their lines and the other just showed up for extra credit. 12. Snow White's Nightmare of an Opening, 1989. A cursed fever dream of an opening number featuring Snow White, Rob Lowe, and an off-key performance of Proud Mary. Disney was so horrified they sued the Academy. 13. Jennifer Lawrence falls on her way to accept an Oscar, 2013. Tripping on her dress, Jennifer Lawrence hit the floor mid-aisle, giving the world the most relatable Oscar moment in history. Honestly, we would have tripped too. 14. That time a man rejected an Oscar to protest Vietnam, 1971. George C. Scott refused his Best Actor Oscar for Patton, calling the awards a 2-hour meat parade. To be fair, he wasn't wrong. 15. The envelope mix-up strikes again, 1964. Sammy Davis Jr. was given the wrong envelope and announced the incorrect winner. If only this had been a foreshadowing warning for 2017. Please continue, if you will, Monica.
Sure thing. Here we go. 16. The infamous selfie that broke the internet, 2014. Ellen DeGeneres corralled a bunch of A-listers for a selfie, and the internet promptly lost its mind. Somewhere, Leonardo DiCaprio stared in quiet jealousy because he wasn't in it. 17. Marissa Tomei's Accidental Win, 1993. Rumor has it that presenter Jack Palance read the wrong name when announcing Best Supporting Actress, but the Academy insists she actually won. Who knew My Cousin Vinny could cause such controversy? 18. The Oscar that got stolen, 2000. A shipment of Oscar trophies was stolen in 2000, leading to an Academy-wide panic. Some were later found in a dumpster. Even they knew they were going to Gladiator. 19. Leo DiCaprio's endless losing streak, 1994 to 2015. The Academy spent over 20 years giving Leo the cold shoulder. Then, after The Revenant, they finally relented. Leo probably keeps that Oscar in a bulletproof case. 20. Adrien Brody grabs Halle Berry like a telenovela hero, 2003. After winning Best Actor, Adrien Brody celebrated by dramatically dipping and kissing Halle Berry. Her face said, "This wasn't in the script." 21. An actual Oscar streaker, 1974. Because the 70s were wild, a streaker decided to crash the stage mid-ceremony. It's unclear if he left with a complimentary gift bag. 22. The Forgotten Crash Best Picture win, 2006. Even Crash's own cast seemed confused when it won Best Picture over Brokeback Mountain. Somewhere, Jake Gyllenhaal cried into a cowboy hat. 23. The Academy accidentally uses a living person for the In Memoriam, 2017. The Oscars honored a costume designer who was very much alive. She responded, "I'm still here, guys." 24. Moonwalking with 3-6 Mafia, 2006. 3-6 Mafia won an Oscar for Hustle and Flow's It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp. The Academy didn't know what hit them. 25. The giant musical number about animated films, 2008. A disastrous montage of people in awful cartoon character costumes dancing. Pixar animators wept. 26. The Michael Moore booing incident, 2003. Moore criticized President Bush during his acceptance speech. Half the audience cheered, the other half plotted his cancellation. 27. The 2020 Cats cast disgraces the stage. James Corden and Rebel Wilson presented an award dressed as their Cats movie characters. Even the furry community was horrified. 28. The red carpet bee attack, 2008. A rogue swarm of bees disrupted arrivals, proving that even Mother Nature disapproves of Oscar fashion choices. 29. The Best Popular Film category that never happened, 2018. The Academy tried to introduce a Best Popular Film category, but backlash killed it faster than Morbius's box office run. 30. The 2002 standing ovation for Everything. Denzel Washington, Halle Berry, and Sidney Poitier all won, and the Academy went overboard clapping, as if trying to make up for decades of snubbing black actors in one night. 31. The time an actual plane almost crashed the ceremony, 1943. During World War II, a rogue aircraft almost disrupted the awards. Luckily, no Best Picture nominees were titled Mayday. That's a wrap. What do you think? Did I miss any of your favorite Oscar disasters?
Hello, I'm Chloe Clam Chowder. Before we go, here's a little bit on a much-anticipated production. Odyssey. Let's explore this. Why the hype for July 2026, a Christopher Nolan Odyssey is out of control. Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves. Christopher Nolan is about to bend time, space, and possibly our will to live once again. July 2026, a Christopher Nolan Odyssey hasn't even dropped, yet the internet is already melting like a collapsing wormhole. Why? Because it's Nolan. First, it's shot on a revolutionary new format, 35mm film spliced with quantum entanglement. IMAX? Child's Play. The runtime? A breezy 6 hours, perfect for one bathroom break, if you train your bladder like a Navy SEAL. The plot? No one knows. Probably something about a time-traveling detective solving paradoxes using a pocket watch that's actually his own father. Will it be confusing? Yes. Will we pretend we understood it? Absolutely. And when the credits roll, one thing is certain, we will all Google July 2026 ending explained like our lives depend on it. Well, anyway, we were so very pleased to have you join us on this highlight of highlights. And that's a wrap on the 2025 Oscars, where speeches ran too long, dresses defied physics, and at least one celebrity tripped on stage. Tears were shed, trophies were awkwardly clutched, and Twitter is already outraged. Thanks for watching, folks. Now go pretend you saw all the nominated films. The 2025 Oscars red carpet, where Hollywood's finest strut in outfits worth more than your rent, pretending they're just honored to be here. Expect dramatic poses, awkward interviews, and at least one wild fashion choice that will haunt us forever. Who's stunning? Who's questionable? And who clearly lost a bet? Stay tuned for the glitz, glam, and chaos. On behalf of Dolly and Monica and team, I'm out. Time for me to feed my cat anyway. Take care and see you next year.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We are glad you are with us. Stay updated on our latest content. Thanks for your support.